So what was the main thing that made you convinced of Islam? Like before you had even taken your Shahada, what would you say, like thinking back, was the main thing that made you that convinced? That made you lose your faith in Christianity and made you think, you know what, even if I heard about my Shahada, now I'm taking it?
It's the same thing as it is to this day, right?
Okay.
It's not changed. It's not changed at all. It's just sort of ikhlas.
Wow.
That was it for me.
Allahu Akbar.
You know, when I read that for the first time in English, I thought, and that was in English because I said, that's it.
That's amazing, because the way that surah is actually described is that it's like a third of the Quran. It's a third of the Quran. Its value is a third of the Quran because of the message it comes with. If you think about it, that is the core, fundamental, prime message of Islam. Tawheed. Qul huwa Allahu ahad.
Yeah.
That say He is Allah, the one.
Yeah.
You know, He begets not, nor is He begotten. All of that. That's all Tawheed. Subhanallah. So,
and this is what I believed before. You know, before I became got involved with Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah.
It was opposite to that, right? I would believe that. You know, I would believe that He did beget. You know what I mean? You know, so this
was like the nail in the coffin.
This is the nail in the coffin, right? This is the missing jigsaw piece.
Subhanallah.
You know what I mean? I thought that's what's missing.
Allahu
you know
Akbar.
I mean? And obviously, when you read the rest of the surah, right? You know what I
Yes.
mean? And you kind of liken nothing to Him. Well, of course, you know, how can you like anything to God? You know what I mean? So I thought this is, you can't refute that.
And this iERA is what we call unveiling the fitrah.
Alhamdulillah.
You know, like you had your fitrah within you so much, so deeply entrenched, and you were trying to bring it to life with the Christianity that you had before. It didn't work.
No.
The whole Jehovah Witness movement and that notion, that belief, made more sense to your fitrah than what you were on before. So you adopted that.
That's right. Yeah.
And then when you came to the actual, you know, kind of light, you know, the nur of the true tawheed, your fitrah was complete. Like, this is it. This is the nail in the coffin.
It hit me like a Wing Chun center line punch on the nose. It's a bang like this.
I won't appreciate what that is, but I'm sure it's powerful.
And I thought to myself, listen, I can't get out of the way of this. This is it. And I thought I thought to myself, it wasn't even a thought, right? It was just it was just like, what am I doing? Doing this, you know? What am I doing? Just doing this, you know? Just that way of life. I need to be on this.
So I want to ask you a question, Sifu Abdul Malik, because upstairs when you just came into the office, mashallah, you met the brothers, you met everyone. There's something that I said to you, and the way you responded to me causes me to ask this question.
Okay.
And I wasn't planning to ask you it, but it's basically that when I was speaking to you, I said, because often when people speak about their mashallah, whether they do Muay Thai, Taekwondo, Kung Fu, Karate, Wing Chun, they always act as if this mashallah changed my life. And when I spoke to you, I said, you know, we want to speak about in the podcast about how Wing Chun changed your life, Islam changed your life. And the way you responded was, you said, Islam just like changed my life, as if to like just shed all of the light on Islam. Why did you respond like that upstairs?
It's very simple, really, right? It's because and I had this question actually asked to me right before, right, but not just by people who are Muslim, right, even by when I've done articles, right, for martial art magazines and stuff like that, because their notion is that martial arts is a way of life.
Your people need to understand like who you are, you know, in the first place. I mean, I would advise people to read your bio, but like, you're a master in Wing Chun. You study, you've got like, you know, it works in terms of lineage. You've got like one of the most valued lineages you can have. Yip Man, his son, and then you. So that's not a joke. You know, that's not like some guy here in London who's learnt from like 3 people and then.
No.
So you saying that means a lot.
It's and don't get me wrong, the lineage in Wing Chun, it does mean something to me, you know, because you know it's your isnad, isn't it? You know, you got to know
it's your chain,
it's your chain going right back to the founder, you know. And I could quote, it's actually 10 generations. I could quote all the generations. However,
Islam
is the thing, and the reason why I say is because, like I said to one interviewer, right, Islam is a complete way of life, and Wing Chun's a tool, ultimately.
Okay,
you know what I mean. I don't look at kicking and punching as a way of life. It's a means to serve an end, right? It's a tool that I have acquired that I hope I don't have to use, you know. But alhamdulillah, if I have to use it, I will. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it personally. Yes, there's a Wing Chun philosophy and all the rest of it, and alhamdulillah, I've been taught in a very traditional way, and that's what I pass on to my students.